Hello guys, welcome back. It's always good to have you. Today we're talking about motorcycles in Thailand. Now I know we covered traffic before and stuff like that, but you see, motorcycles are a kind of subject that, it's something that you can't avoid in Thailand. If you've ever been here, you'll know. Now I know the situation with motorcycles compared to, say, countries like Vietnam. I think in Vietnam it's worse. So basically we're talking about motorcycles in Thailand and how they, well, to be honest with you, they piss me off. I don't know what the proportion of motorcycles to cars is on the streets of Bangkok, but I'd say it's probably, I don't know, 60-40 or 50-50, but it's in around that. Nearly everybody has a bloody motorcycle, and the reason they kind of piss me off is because they're a law unto themselves. They do exactly what they want to do. And as a motorist, and I'm a motorist, I drive here, I've got responsibility for the motorcyclist. If he's in front of me and he makes an erratic move, or if he decides to meander from one side of the road to the other, if I hit him, I'm the one that can be held responsible. I mean, I made a video about this before. I'm not going to go into it, where I had an accident. If you want to hear more or see more about that, that's the video there. But basically, I've got a broken metatarsal. It's almost on the mend. I'm without the boot at the moment. I can walk, but I had to walk up here, carrying my camera on the tripod, and I had to negotiate a path avoiding the motorcycles, because to be honest with you, it's up to you to avoid them. I'm not saying they won't avoid you, but by and large they do what they want to do. I make videos in the market every night for the Big Picture El Panorama, and I have to walk on the road because sometimes on the pathway it's just too full of people and food vendors and stuff like that. But I'm walking with my back to the traffic sometimes, and sometimes I'm walking facing the traffic. But either way, you're taking your life in your hands because the motorcycles zip up and down. I saw one girl who I just stopped and asked, did she speak English, and she said no, and she was just moving away, and a motorcycle ran over her foot. I mean, and he just kept going. I can't tell you, I should say, how many times I've gone to my car only to find out that there's a scratch along the door, or there's a mark on the mirror, or on the wing, or on the fender, or whatever you want to call it. Motorcycles, they'll breeze past you, weave in and out through traffic, damage your car, and who gives a shit? So I know, if you're a motorcycle enthusiast, I know what it feels like, or what it must feel like, the freedom to be able to ride your motorcycle on the highway, and wind in your hair and all that kind of stuff. But one thing I'll say, I would love to have a motorcycle. I would, but not here, not in this town. It's just too damn dangerous. They're a law unto themselves. And motorcycle taxis, for example, I take motorcycle taxis when I have to, when the need arises, and I've never ever felt safe. I've never worn a helmet on a motorcycle taxi because I don't carry a helmet with me. Obviously I don't have a motorcycle. The vast majority, and I'd say the vast majority of motorcycle taxi guys don't supply a helmet for their pillion passengers, and you can see them going backwards. By the way, motorcycle taxi guys are the ones wearing the orange vests. The last time I took a motorcycle taxi, it was on the main Rashid-Afasik road at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and he was herding it, as we say in Ireland. He was herding it down the road, and it was a white knuckle ride. Honestly, another aspect to this is, it might be worth noting, the Thais called them motorsai. They just cut the end off the word motorcycle, motorsai. But they're not really motorcycles, they're mopeds. The vast majority of them are scooters, and they're small. And as a European, I'm 183 centimeters. We're not really built to be a pillion passenger or to have two people on a moped. You know, it's a fairly tight squeeze for me. And look at this, look at this. That's a kid on a motorcycle. I don't know if you can see that there. She just got off. That's another thing. That's another thing that really I can't understand. Kids on motorcycles. Why would you put a child on a motorcycle? Where's the logic? Where's the logic? I know they have to. I know they have to because they're no other form of transport. I'm being animated about my view on this because I see how precarious it is at times when a child is standing on the seat with the mother holding it from behind and the father controlling the motorcycle. I saw another kid, she couldn't have been 3 years old, and she was on the back of her father's moped and she was holding on. One bump and she'd be off. Anyway, that's motorcycles. Motorcycles here, they're a necessity. People need it for transport. They're a convenience when you want to take a motorcycle taxi, but they're a hindrance when you want to cross the road, when you want to drive your car, and it's something you got to be on the lookout for. I don't know what the exact statistics are for motorcycle accidents, but you see something. I saw something earlier on there as well. A motorcycle pulled out in front of the car. You see something every day in Bangkok in terms of motorcycle accidents or whatever you want to call it. So that's my 5 cents worth on motorcycles in Thailand, this wonderful country that I can't get enough of. And I express my opinion on certain things, and motorcycles are a thing. By the way, if Bangkok didn't have the motorcycles or its motorcycles or mopeds, it would lose so much of its attraction, its culture, because they're part of the fabric of this city. The whining or the grinding of the motorcycle engines. It's the backtrack, I would say. It's the backtrack of Bangkok, and I think that's a fairly good way to put it. So another good thing that I could say, another good way to put this is, and the only good way to put this is, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, all you got to do is click that subscribe button, click the like button, click the share button, do all those wonderful things, and I'll bring you back another wonderful video very soon. Thanks for joining me.